What's up? Good morning. Welcome to a Sunday edition of Mope and Scone, presented by Rock. Very good. What? We are going to go for a ride in Daddy's car after Dad's show. Very good. Good morning, y'all. Hope y'all had a good Saturday. Bummer about LSU losing game one.
I go to gymnastics.
And you did go to gymnastics yesterday. Very good, bud. Bummer yesterday, man. By the way, shout out to Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. They are tagged in this post. I'm a few minutes late because I spent probably the last 20 minutes looking for my tripod. I put my phone on a phone tripod to do this show every day, and it's gone because my inimitable co-host very likely took it off of my desk and hid it somewhere and doesn't know what I'm asking him for. So we are now, you are propped up on two boxes and leaning on a candle. Wow.
Daddy car, okay?
And go ride in Daddy's car, okay. So my tripod is gone. Drew has clearly hidden it somewhere, and I'll probably find it like in a toilet or somewhere in a toy chest or something like that at some point in the next few weeks. So, morning's got my AirPods no longer want to work for Facebook Live, and my tripod has been stolen by my child who does not know how to tell me where my tripod is. So here we are, y'all. All right, we can talk about the game yesterday. Tim Sonia, good morning. Stephen Miller, James Tyrone, Travis McGraw, what's up? Jeffrey Kaz, good morning, no words. I know. Well, you know what, man? It's not hard. LSU scored in the second, third, fourth, fifth. All single runs. Florida State scored in the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. They put up a 3 spot. LSU blew opportunities when they had them to break the game open. In the 4th, you got a break. Garza hits a pop up the center. They drop it. Beloso follows with a double. You got 2nd and 3rd. Nobody out. Chance for a huge inning. And Garza missed the bag. They appeal. He's out. Now instead of 2nd, 3rd, no out. You got to run on 2nd with 1 out. You only score 1 run that inning. I mean, Watson running himself into an out between 2nd and 3rd on Cabrera's single. You blew chances. But bottom line, you wasted. And what stings the most, and realistically, y'all, any chance of LSU going to Omaha and winning in Omaha is over with Cole Henry. Ride in Daddy's car. We will, after Dad's show, we will ride in Daddy's car. Okay? Well, oh, you're so sweet. Watch Mommy's phone. I don't want to be like negative. Y'all know I've been honest. I am. I give you my opinion. I was higher on this team than most throughout the year, but I'll tell you, and I still think they can win the series, which we'll talk about here in a second. But I also realize if you get to Omaha without Cole Henry, if you go Marceau game 1, Walker game 2, then what do you do? Peterson? Okay. He's been hit or miss as a starter. Maybe you ask Hess to go back and start again for you, which I don't think is going to happen, but may be a necessity. You could do the thing where you start Fontenot and piece it together behind him, but again, you shorten your staff. Anyway, it's a total bummer, man. Total bummer. Losing the game, man, about Stephen Miller. Morning, Scones. Drew did also have gymnastics, though. He did. We had gymnastics yesterday, and he did well. Trivia Carter, good morning. Robert Barlow, good morning. Thomas Chapman, good morning. Matthew Rogelio, good morning. Ryan Dixon. Does LSU still make it to Omaha? So yesterday I did say that I thought this goes to game 3. Now today is Mickey's Comet?
Yeah.
Pete's Comet?
Birdman Comet.
Birdman Comet? You want Mickey's Comet? Elmo. Pete. Somebody's saying something about an episode of Mickey Mouse or something. I don't know what he wants. Anyway. Nick Torina, good morning. All part of the plan for 3 games at the box, no money. Spoken like the spouse of a coach. Mo money. Rusty Senethal, Edward Cooper, Brittany Della, who said good morning. Chad Dupuy Peterson threw a hell of a game yesterday. He did. You know what, man? That's okay. So when you look at what happened yesterday, in part the reason it sucks so bad is you led 4-0. You lost Cole Henry. Even in losing Cole Henry, you had a great performance from Todd Peterson, but you also burned Peterson. He's done. So, and then after that, you used both Hess and Fondo. I tweeted yesterday after they tied it that I still think LSU wins the game because even if this extends and goes extras, I like the combination of Fontenot Hess available that can both extend. I mean, we've seen them 17 in the game. Like, you can get multiple innings out of both of those guys that can hold the rope for you. Get your 2 best bullpen arms left still available. And it was ultimately Fontenot who allowed the runners to get on base, and Hess who gave up the sac fly, which gave Florida State the lead, and then Hess gave up the homer in the 9th. It's just like the guys that you were counting on to hold the rope were the ones that gave up the lead, or allowed FSU to take them. Classical baby on mommy's phone. Very good. You want to say hi, Dad show?
Hi, Dad.
Oh, it's very sweet.
Ride in Daddy's car.
Hey, after Dad show, you will ride in Daddy's car. We'll go for a ride. We will. I love you. Oh, would y'all hit the share button, please, if you've not done so yet? As always, I tell you every day, it's a massive help. And I did record and go to Albertsons and see Christy. I recorded a special edition of Locked On Podcast last evening after the LSU Florida State game. So if you're interested, it runs about 20 minutes. I'd appreciate if you give it a download and a listen. Greg Potts, I do not understand why LSU pitchers have experienced so much arm soreness. Have other schools faced this as much as LSU? Kelly Gross, good morning. Joshua Carr, good morning. So, Greg, short answer to your question is yeah. It feels excessive this year, no doubt. But whenever we were kind of like in the midst of this, we did a lot on the show on AFR about this. And I talked to guys like Anthony Renato, who faced an arm issue as a freshman. Talked to Kurt Ainsworth, who was a Tommy John guy and who pitched in the majors and now runs Marucci and coaches his kids, U12 team. Talked to Cartwright, who obviously blew out and had his career end because of Tommy John. Talked to a lot of guys and got perspectives. And the general thesis is, if you have a guy that shows up on campus that through high school and travel ball has been overworked, when you get them into a college throwing program, they're going to end up with arm soreness. Albertson. We are going to go to Albertsons. And see Christy. Very good. But that's when some of those issues pop up. Like, it's just unrealistic to think, like, take Jaden Hill, for example. Jaden Hill went on the shelf after the 2nd week of the season. Like, there's no strenuous activity after 2 weeks of a season that wasn't already rooted in something else that could cause that issue, right? So the general thesis is it stems from overuse at a younger age and not being ready for a college throwing program. Leroy Blanchard, Travar Janson, good morning. Craig Savoy, good morning. Kirk Taylor. And talk about other schools. I mean, look, at one point this year, Auburn's entire rotation was on the shelf for that reason. Davis Daniel, their best pitcher, had Tommy John. South Carolina, their entire staff was just decimated this year. So, yeah, man, it happens. Emerson Hancock from Georgia missed about a month with arm soreness. I mean, it happens. It's happened a lot. Robert, base running miscues killed us. I hope that using so many good pitchers doesn't kill us also in the series. That's so Robert, that's the tough part. Like today, you could. I think Fontenot threw 16 pitches and Hess threw 27. I think it's unlikely Hess comes back today unless if your season's on the line. If you lose, you go home. So your season's over. So if they needed something out of Hess, they might be able to get a batter or a quick inning. Fontenot, I think, could give you an inning today. But it's one of those deals where it's on Marceau, man. Marceau's got to go out today and get you deep into the ball game, and then you probably hand the ball to Beck after that, and hope that they can finish it that way. Hope you have tons of offense today, and you can just sort of give guys rest to have as deep a staff as possible for a potential Monday game. Danny Landry, Ben Clark, good morning. Kirk Taylor, is Henry done for the year? Look, I mean, they didn't make that announcement. Paul Maneri just said when Henry came off, he asked him how his arm felt. They said not great. But so I think that's telling. I mean, look, if you lose today, the year's done anyway. So, or tomorrow. So, but it's hard for me to imagine pitching again, even if it's bad advance. Tom Guidros, good morning. Stephen Tall, tough task facing their ace today after our bad struggles yesterday. Hey, bud. Elmo ducks on mommy's phone. Elmo ducks on mommy's phone. Ride in the elevator. Wow. That's the other thing too, man. Drew come. Yeah. You chased Drew Parrish yesterday in the fifth. You put up a 4 spot against him. You got into their bullpen. You were up 4-0. You had your entire bullpen lined up behind Peterson, and you just blew it, man. The 10 walks was brutal. It's just 3 of the 6 runs that they scored got on via the walk. So you just, at one point they had 6 walks before they got a hit. It's crazy. Anyway, Brian Wynn, Carly Cat, Josh LaFontaine, good morning. Whoops, sorry. Got a good crowd this morning, man. You can tell. LSU lost a big game yesterday. Let's see. Tyler Lambert came out yesterday with arm soreness. Oh, your answer. Val Browning, good morning. Taylor Termini, missing the tripod. I think it's Drew pranking you to increase the ratings of the show, maybe. Everett Email, good morning. Kyle Gallo, Brian, Harold Harper. Good thing about Omaha is if you can win 1 and 2 is a huge layoff to game 3. That's true. But you'd still have to reset going into the championship series. So a couple of years ago when Walker got hurt, they came to the losers bracket, in large part thanks to Caleb Gilbert. When they got to the championship series, they didn't have a number 3, and so they started Reynolds, if you remember, tried to piece together game 1, then lost game 2, never got back to line. Shelly Melanson, how about the Rocker kid from Vanderbilt throwing a no-hitter? How about that? If y'all missed it, Kumar Rocker from Vandy threw a no-hitter yesterday against Duke. They won 3-0, so Vandy bounced back with a win to even that series. Ryan Falgood, good morning. James Morgan, I hope LSU can win today and tomorrow to advance the World Series. You think they will? Let's see, C-Mac, good morning. Derek Thomas, Keith Beard, good morning. Do I think they will? I think if it gets to Monday, I think LSU wins. I do think LSU will win on Monday if they get there. I think Walker's a better number 3 option than anything Florida State can throw. And I love the fact that Marceau is going today. As unsettling as it is losing game 1 and waking up on a day when your season could end, there's nobody on the staff I'd rather have the ball today than Marceau. So that's a positive. Now, look, CJ Van Eyck who's getting the ball for Florida State today, is really good. He struggled early in the year. He's been really good in the last 2 months. We've talked about it. 7-0, 2.86 ERA. You got a big task. We got a big task this weekend, or today rather, trying to beat that guy who hasn't lost in 2 months. But strange things happen at the box, man. And I'll put it to you this way: Florida State offensively was inept for much of the day yesterday. I think Marceau can go have a big day. That's one. Two, the box ate up Florida State a little bit yesterday. Garza hit the fly to center that they booted. He rolled over a ground ball to second base. The kid booted. Watch mommy's phone. There was a pass ball. The catcher just popped off his glove with the back. I don't think that's a great defensive team. I think the box can eat them up. I think if LSU gets a lead and pours it on, plays with some urgency, they can win today. And if they do, and they watch mommy's phone. If they get to Monday, I like LSU on Monday. But you're gonna have to break through against a pitcher that hadn't lost in 2 months. Let's see. Craig Savoy, overuse of undeveloped shoulders and elbows. You're talking about arm stars. Jeffrey Kaz, I heard Richard Lipsy was at the game. Cool. I know they're big. Richard and Susan Lipsy are big baseball fans. Craig Schilling, what's up, dude? Frankie Schmidt, good morning. David Ferg, good morning. Missed opportunities. Garza missing the bag. Broussard blowing the third and second on the double play were huge. Very true. Jackie Caruso, good morning. Watson getting hung up between second and third. Yeah, missed opportunities for sure. And then the thing. So then in the ninth, Chris Reed leads off with a single. So you got what you want. You get the tying run at the plate. That's all you can ask for. Get someone on so the tying run comes to the plate. And you pinch hit for Hal Hughes, which was absolutely the right decision. I think we all understand that at this point. Season's on the line, Hughes is a 170 hitter. You pinch hit for him. They go to DiGiacomo. And look, Flowers is a righty, so I get bringing a lefty in. But DiGiacomo flies out the center on the first pitch. And I'm okay hunting fastball first pitch. Go to Fresh Market. We did, didn't we? Liquid. Oh, you want liquid fast? I'm okay if you're hunting fastball and you want something to drive. Cool, but my problem is if you're sending someone up there to hunt a fastball, hopefully to hit a game-tying homer, put C.J. Willis in the game, or break the trend and put Drew Bianco in the game. Put a righty in there to try to drive a pitch. Put a guy that's proven to you he can hit the ball over the fence. The Jack would have never homer all year. I just did not understand pinch hitting. I understand pinch hitting for Hughes. I did not understand putting DiGiacomo in the game. That's the one thing. A lot of people I saw on Twitter last night, Maneri blows it, blah blah. Maneri didn't walk 10 people. Okay, let's get real about it. All you can do. Maneri didn't pull Cole Henry after 2 innings. Let's get real about some stuff here, man. But if there's one thing where I think you can question, that's it. Trivia: are we not going to talk about the freshman Shakari Richardson breaking records? She's awesome, man. If you haven't seen it, LSU freshman sprinter set the NCAA record in the 100 and the 200. She's awesome. Craig Sanamaw, good morning. David Furr, Peterson is awesome. Most athletic looking athletic dude ever. How about Robin Devitas, Nate Bumstead, Todd Dupuy, good morning. Craig Duga, Zach Gazzardo, Kevin Harold, Terry Richard, good morning, y'all. How about Peterson on the chopper to first, falling down, and while he's getting off the mound, fixing his cap? What? You have to tell me. Tell me what you want. Use your words. Say, Daddy, I want Elmo. Let's see, Joe Ed Kettner, good morning from Shreveport. Good morning. Frankie Schmidt, good morning. Scone, tough loss yesterday after rebound today. Let's see, Zach Gazzardo, how is Hal Hughes in the lineup? Somebody has to be better. Why not put Reed at third, Willis at first, or even give Gio a chance? Let's not forget, Hughes did get on base a couple times yesterday. I'm not defending the 170. Trust me, I'm not. I get it. My point, though, is if you want the answer to your question, I know I've answered this 100 times, so everyone who's heard it already, forgive me, but I'll do it again for Zach's benefit and those who maybe haven't heard it. At Maneri has shown at times he will sacrifice a bat for a premium defender. What?
Watch mommy.
Why you will watch mommy's phone? You can. I love you. I love you. You got a monster on your jammies. Okay. He will sacrifice a bat for a premium glove, and the reality is most teams don't hit 1 through 9. And it was earlier in the season when you really only had 4 guys that were hitting. When you had, Smith, Watson, Duplantis, Cabrera, and then Reed came along. You had 4 or 5 guys, and the rest of the lineup was a wasteland. Then he was looking, right? That's when Willis got the pinch hit against State, and then they put him in the lineup to see if he could perform. When Dugas came back from the injury, went in at second. It's when they put Reed at third. They're rotating guys at first. They tried giving Bianco a shot. I mean, it was like when they were looking for offense, he was using a lot of guys, trying to see if anybody would catch. At this point now, Mickey Fast, okay. You know Mickey Fast? Huh? Okay, no.
Mickey Fast.
Okay, Mickey Fast. Okay, let's go see Mickey Fast. I'll be right back, y'all. Sorry. Shout out to Brock, Baton Rouge Super Regional. So anyway, now you've gotten to the point in the season where you got 8 guys that are hitting. Garza's hitting 500 since in the postseason, or the last 20 games thereabouts. Belosso's hitting. Broussard's hitting 400 in the postseason, starting with the SEC tournament. So you got 8 bats that you trust at a given point. You can say, all right, well, I'll sacrifice some offense in one spot for a better glove at third. And in the postseason, if we're going to be playing close ball games, I'd rather have my best defense on the field. If you had a better option, then sure, but you don't. That's the problem. Like, Bianco has been super strikeout prone, and he's not as good a defender. DiGiacomo can't play third, so you could DH him, and you put, like you said, you could put Reed at first, or Beloso first, Reed at third, and DH DiGiacomo, but that's another left-handed bat in the lineup. And DiGiacomo, quite honestly, has been super cold. I don't think you have a no-brainer option. If you did, I think you'd go to it. I just don't think you have that right now. Val, LSU lost because of the same reason we lost a lot of games this season. Pitchers couldn't throw strikes when they needed to. Look, I mean, that's true. I mean, that was a major issue earlier in the year, especially coming off the Texas series where LSU just walked 27 batters or whatever it was in those 3 games. And it bit them yesterday. They walked 10 hitters yesterday. Why would bring in Vittmeyer with the top of the lineup coming up? I'm sure, because Peterson was at the end, and I'm sure at that point, Maneri told Peterson, hey, if anybody gets on, I'm coming to get you. So they went to Vittmeyer. And look, Vittmeyer was awesome last week. I mean, he's had moments where he's been lights out, but he went out and walked the first guy he faced. So he had a runner on, he walks a guy, and then gives up a 3-run homer in an 11-pitch at bat. And, and if you let A be, he kept feeding him fastballs. And part of me understands it, because you could say, well, you keep feeding that guy fastballs, but if you throw him some off speed and you walk him, now you get the bases loaded for Mendoza, for their best power hitter coming up. And now one swing and you're losing. So part of me understands, man, keep throwing them fastballs in, see if you can jam them or get them to pop one up and get it out. And instead, the kid just battled. One caught too much of the plate, he turned on it. I mean, it sucks, but it happened. I mean, Mendoza hit the crap out of one straight away. He hit 404 and was out, you know. You were hoping maybe you got the same thing there. No. Sucks, man. But even still, after that homer, you were tied. And you still had Fontenot Hess, and you lost the game. Don't know what to say, man. Mike Kracher, good morning. Mario Collada. Chris Carrier, what's up? Kevin Toller, good morning. Richie Mercer, I couldn't agree more. Why not throw an off-speed pitch or something in the dirt? So I just answered that. I mean, because if you walk him, then you get to their best hitter with the bases loaded and one swing beats you. A single and you're tied, and one swing beats you. So I guess they were down 4-1. So single, you know, it's 4-3. But that's why. You certainly weren't pitching around him to get to Mendoza. Tim Guidros, I don't care how hard you throw. You can't throw a fastball in the same spot 5 times to a good hitter without him eventually hitting it to Beijing. Losses on the pitching. I mean, I get it. Liquid fastball. You have got to consider who's on deck and the situation. I mean, if you have him scouted to where he struggles fastball in, I mean, he kept jamming him. I mean, he couldn't handle it. And then Bettmeyer ultimately caught too much of the plate. But yeah, I'm with you, man. There's a lot of blame to go around, and it's just the super disappointing part is it's game LSU felt like they were in control of, and ultimately their best arms are the ones that lost it at the end. That's what sucks. Rogers, Whitlock, all of our issues came back to haunt us in one game. Injuries, walks, limited offense, missed opportunities. Preston Schultz. We keep going to Hess all year long. What's his ERA? If you're telling me we don't have anybody else, then maybe we're SOL today. I mean, Preston, in part, I understand what you're saying, man, but, you know, there's been plenty of good with Hess, too. It's not... And Hess wasn't the problem yesterday. I mean, he gave up a sac fly, but I also understand going to Hess when you did. And you went to him to see if you went to a strikeout pitcher to see if you can get a strikeout in a situation where you're trying to preserve a tie ball game. Yeah. He was awesome last week. We gave three innings of well, we pitched 3 innings last week. Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to remember what he did. Last week was when he came in and gave up the grand slam, right? But he came in again. But who walked? Was it Peterson who loaded the bases? And then the grand slam was when the kid went down to a knee. It was a good pitch. Watch Mommy. You can't watch Mommy's phone. You know, then it was awesome against State in the SC tournament, the 17-inning game. I mean, come on, y'all. Like, it's the right decision to go to it. Pete Giardino sounds like Drew blames the arm soreness on Albertsons and Elmo Duck's Mommy's phone. Thank you, Pete. We needed some levity this morning, man. Jerry Spurgeon, happy Sunday, Matt. What the hell was that? That was a disappointing game for sure. Marcus Kibido, good morning. I agree with Drew there. LSU's pitching performance made me gag too. Ronnie did, but dude, you know what's funny? It's funny to hear people say LSU's pitching performance sucked. Do you realize they were throwing a no-hitter into the 6th inning? I mean, that's the maddening part of this. Like, your pitching did not give up a hit through 5 1/3. I mean, it wasn't until the 6th inning that Florida State recorded a base hit, and people were like, "Oh, the pitching gagged." I mean, they walked a ton of people. Don't misunderstand me, but man, and they did late. But that's the frustrating thing. It's like you had good enough pitching to win that ball game. Save the walks, right? But anyway. Ronnie Duga, what's up? Edward Cooper can't keep throwing fastballs and expect to win. What? Okay. Okay. Never mind. Jonathan McDaniel, what's going on? That's one of the most nonsensical, random, broad statements that I can recall. You can't keep throwing fastballs and expect to win. I mean, you can throw fastballs by people. You can locate fastballs and have them hit it into the dirt or pop it up. I mean, yeah, you can. Anyway. Garrett Mom, only 4 runs against Florida State. Defense was terrible. Easily should have had 7, 8 runs. I agree with that. Offensive approach and base running was a joke. I'm not sure I'd say the approach was a joke. The base running had 2 major errors. You had one great piece of base running early in the ballgame, which got LSU its second run. Josh Smith got the double, and then he got a beautiful secondary lead, and on the ground ball to short, he got past the baseball because of his secondary lead and got the third. So a little slap by Duplantis to the right side of the infield, got the run home. That was beautiful base running. You had a beautiful steal, a delayed steal by Broussard with Reed at the plate, got him second base and ultimately got in. So you had some good base running yesterday, but there were 2 major errors, which cost LSU a chance at big innings, for sure. Hi! You got a frog? Is that a frog?
Watch Mommy's phone.
Well, you can watch Mommy's phone. Hey, what does the frog say?
Watch Mommy's phone.
Well, the frog doesn't say watch Mom. You can watch Mommy's phone. Hey, listen, we're going to do Dad's show. And then after Dad's show, we're going to get dressed. We'll go for a ride in Daddy's car. And then you can watch Mommy's phone.
Okay.
Okay. No problem. Let's see. Glenn Crowder, Walker being the most experienced, why wouldn't we play him today? It's a must-win. I wouldn't be surprised if things were going badly if you bring Walker out of the bullpen today, because it is a must-win. There is no sense of playing for Monday if you don't win today. But I 100% think starting Marceau is the right decision. He's been your best pitcher over the last 2 months. He has looked like, over the last 2 months, an ace. And he's absolutely the guy I want with the ball today. Brian Dixon, Brock needs to look into sponsorship from the LSU pitching staff. Well, Dr. Fields at Brock is LSU's team doctor, is a Brock doc too, so trying to get these guys right, man. Hey, bud.
Hi, Dad.
Hey, bud. How are you?
Watch Mommy.
You want to watch Mommy's phone? Bruce Fuselier, what's up, man? Mike Sylvester, Bo Major, good morning, y'all. Todd Dupuy, it was a shame to see Henry go down like that. True. Had a great first inning. Henry will be back next year, hopefully better than ever. True. 11 pitches in the first inning and then 30 in the second.
Watch Mommy.
Watch Mommy's phone. You can watch Mommy's phone. Janet Anderson, did you listen to the broadcast? Barely talked about LSU. I watched it and listened to it, Janet. Yeah, and it's. Let's not complain about that. Though. Come on. It's.
Dad.
What?
It's me and Papa.
Go to JJ's car? Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you watching Liquid? Okay. Janet, when we're at the point where we're talking about announcers and what they're talking about, those guys have a ton of respect for LSU and for Pulmonary and for the program. They gushed about the crowd, how loud it was, being at the box. Come on. They did the Todd Peterson, BP with KP thing. They showed that again. Come on. They talk plenty about LSU. Joel Cunningham just can't play Hughes. A lot of missteps by the coaches this season. I disagree with you. I think Hughes' bat is not there, but Hughes was the reason you lost yesterday. Hughes got on base twice yesterday, didn't he? He was 0 for 2, but he had a walk. Did he get hit by a pitch too? Maybe he had a sacrifice. Cabrera was on the look at hit by a pitch. So he just got on the walk. That's why they pinch hit for him. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you Hughes is a great bat. I mean, we also know what we're looking at, but there is strategically sense in putting a better glove in the field. There is sense in that. Watch mommy's phone.
Watch mommy phone.
Watch mommy's phone. Woo! So Steven says, especially today facing a dominant righty, but all right. So now you got two pitchers that are going great. You could very well play a low-scoring game. Wouldn't you want a better defender in the field? Like there is the argument to be made. Is the point? I mean, you may disagree, and it's fine, but there's an argument to be made for it. I don't think you have a great option. I mean, your options are hey. Your options are you could put Reed at third, Veloso at first, watch mommy's phone, and you could put in a lefty like Willis or DiGiacomo, both of which have been strikeout prone. And you weaken yourself defensively, or you could try to DH Bianco, who's still a righty in the same situation you're talking about, who's also had his issues with strikeouts this year. You don't have an awesome option. That's kind of the point. I know it's like the backup quarterback thing, where it's like the backup quarterback's the most popular guy on the team, and in some respects, I understand why you like just try something different, but it doesn't mean you got a better option. Just because you have a different option doesn't mean you have a better option. But look, if they did today, if Maneri today decided to go, if he decided to put Reed at third, Veloso at first, and DH DiGiacomo, which I think is the most likely change he might make, and sit Hughes, I'd be okay with it. If you say, look, we're just going to try to inject more offense into the lineup, and we think DiGiacomo could be that guy. Okay, he certainly has more speed. He's a guy that could score from first on a double, no question. I mean, I'm with it. Okay, if you want to do that, fine. But if you stick with what you got and your play, see, here's the thing. I know we said this, but like, you always in baseball can have the benefit of hindsight when discussing if something worked or didn't work. But all you can do is, and this is like the thing that's maddening for a lot of people about baseball, all you can do as a manager is make a decision based on percentages and situations that you have. Like, you could make a decision to try to hit and run. And the idea could be stay out of the double play, go first to third, and if this happened yesterday, so it happened to Florida State. Mike Martin calls a hit and run with nobody out, run on first, try to stay out of a double play, and what happens? Strike him out, throw him out. Well, was it the wrong call to hit and run? No, I get why he was calling what he did. He was trying to generate some offense. Or shut Donald Duck on mommy's phone. They were trying to generate some offense. They hadn't scored at that point. He's like, let me see if I can maybe create a hole in the defense, get a ball through, and get a runner in scoring position. And instead, his kid swings through a pitch, and Garza makes a beautiful throw to second, strike him out, throw him out, double play. Now you get nobody on and 2 outs. Does it mean it was the wrong call? No, it just didn't work. Like, guys didn't execute it. But as long as when you make a decision, there's sound reasoning behind it, I'm okay with it. Whether it works or doesn't work, you just have to live with the results. Like, and I know that I'm just gonna blanket on his head. I know that's. I'm looking out at the camera with him with the blanket on his head from right here. Like, I know that that's frustrating for a lot of you, but it's the reality of the game. Like, as long as the manager, in this case the coach, on either side has a sound reason for making the decision that he did, I can live with the result. Like, the one yesterday that I really can't live with is pinch hitting to Giacomo in the 9th. That's the one, more than any other, that's the one that I just don't understand. See, Brian and Robin, Marcel Thibodeau, good morning. Bruce Parker, wish we could one day learn how to play. Get out of here, Bruce. Greg Daigle, I really wish Hughes could get a big hit today. You would think this poor kid is the reason for every loss. That's true, Greg. Like, he even got on base yesterday. Like, I would say the big
Play on mommy's phone.
play on mommy's phone. Play on mommy's phone. Very good.
Mommy's phone.
Maui on mommy's phone. Murray on mommy's phone. Murray on mommy's phone. I mean, Maneri didn't walk 10 guys yesterday. Hal Hughes didn't walk 10 guys yesterday. Maneri didn't miss second base, going to third. Garza did. I mean, like, so sometimes you gotta go execute, man. Ronnie Do guys, Henry hurt. Yeah, came off, said it didn't feel good, so he's probably done. Jim Watts, okay, Matt, answer me this about all the fastballs. The guy who hits the homer, why throw those fastballs so he catch up to it? It wasn't my catching up to it. He wasn't behind on them, Jim. He was just missing them. And you were just going fastball in because I'm sure you have and I've answered this already, but I'll answer it again for those just joining us. I'm sure you have a scouting report with where that guy struggles if you keep locating your pitch works. The point about throwing a changeup or an off-speed pitch is if you strike him out. If you don't and you walk him, now the bases are loaded for their best hitter who leads the team in homers. Then that's a negative situation. So you take your chances with the 2-hole. Hope you get him to let the ground out or pop out. And there you go. I got a better option. Don't walk the guy before. Let's see. Emil Ray. How about the freshman for Vandy? He's the difference. Good. Yeah, I mean, Kumar Rocker, if you missed it, for Vandy threw a no-hitter yesterday. Brendan Morvant, good morning. Caleb Gandy, bottom line, we couldn't come through with runners on. Yeah, what'd they leave? I have it right here. They left double-digit runners on base, I'll tell you that. It was 8. So it was single digits, 8. Florida State left 9 on base, LSU left 8. So LSU got out of jams at times. Anyway. Clayton Wolf, good morning. Haggai Davis, Chipper Noel, good morning. Bruce Parker, 10 walks. Well, yeah, matters. Bo Major, what's it? 3 of the 6 runs that Florida State scored got on base via the walk. I mean, there's literally the difference in your game. AJ Holland, morning guys. Ballsy move by Pulmonary to go. Johnny Holstaff, game 1. Who would have thought Cole only pitched 2 innings? Maybe everybody in BR. Should have threw Lane in game 1. No, I disagree with you, AJ. I mean, Henry threw 85 pitches. Henry threw 85 pitches last week in the Marble game of the regional and looked good. And if he felt good, you roll with your guy. That's another thing what we're talking about with hindsight. Hey, what? Oh. I'd like to solve. We'll do it then. Daddy's car. Lawrence, what's up, man? Brian Ashcraft, Aaron Bourgeois, Chuck Sanchez, Brandon Stewart, good morning. AJ Holland, Garza should already been on second. He wasn't hustling out of the box. Now that's true. That's true, AJ. That was if you're talking about, that was the pop up the center, and Garza loafed to first, and they dropped it, and so he was stuck on first base. That's true. Digging the red sticker shirt. Oh yeah, that's my St. Joe's Academy football, undefeated since 1868. It's an all girls school. Deborah Todd, good morning. Fred Schott, good morning. Preston, thanks, Matt. My point isn't that Hess is good or bad. It's that he's so inconsistent. He's one of the best we have. Yeah, look, when you got a guy that throws 9. I wish I could lift off see him. I don't have my tripod. Oh, now you're coming? Okay.
Dad's show.
This is Dad's show. Were you doing my happy place? this screech he's doing. We know Drew likes episodes of Wheel of Fortune. There's an episode with a lady named Brenda where she's super eccentric and screams a lot. And in the bonus round, she sees the letters coming up, and so she starts going like, because she knows it. And she says, I'd like to solve. And Sage goes, we'll do it then. My happy place. And then she screams, my happy place. Okay.
Bless you.
Bless you. Let's see. Brent Plochet, good morning. Robert Williams. Ted Peterson. Love it, man. Brad Jean, Justin Robinson, Louis Baudouin, Doug Hedges, good morning. Another shout out to Brock, y'all. They are tagged in this post. The Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. We appreciate them very, very much. 5 o'clock first pitch today. I'm pumped about Marceau going. I really am. I think it's 100% the guy you want on the mound today. So let's see if Marceau can go look like an ace. Do for 7 innings what Peterson did yesterday. My hope is, and look, your shot today is Marceau going 7-8 innings. I mean that's your shot today, because and you got Beck behind him, but you may have Fontenot for an inning, but we've seen what Fontenot looks like when he's got to pitch in back-to-back days. It's hard for me to imagine them bringing Hess in today. You have got to get going offensively. This has to be like what you did in Game 2 against Mississippi State, or Game 2 against Florida, or Game 2 against Alabama. You know, when you lost the first game of a series and you came back the next day and you punched them right in the nose. And I think that's so important, because then all the pressure shifts back to them for Game 3. So, look, LSU's had a knack this year. And look, I thought this would go 3 because LSU just hasn't swept anybody this year. They swept Kentucky, and then they didn't win the first 2 games of a series again until Auburn, the final weekend of the SEC. And then, of course, they blew the save against Auburn in Game 3. But, like, this is just what LSU does. They split the first 2, and then they go into a rubber match on Sunday. It's just, or Game 3. It's what they've done all year, so I don't know why we're surprised it would be different here. So you just have to go get an awesome performance by Marceau. And if he pitches like he has over the past month, past 6 weeks, you got a great shot, man. A great shot. Patrick Kimmery, what's up? Mark Landry, Tom Granny, good morning. Danny Braywick, I know you hate the Cubs, but they kept Hayward in the lineup all year, hit low 200s, and made a huge defensive play in the World Series. Having a great defender isn't noticed till you need him. It's true. And I don't necessarily hate the Cubs. I just like to crack on fake Cub fans. Go to gymnastics? You did go to gymnastics. Hey, guess what? Listen, I tell you something. We're going to finish that show, and then after that show, we will get dressed and then go for a ride in the car. Oh. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? You want to go for a ride in the car? Okay. And then tomorrow is Monday. And do you know who you get to see on Monday? You know who you get to see tomorrow? You know who's coming to see you tomorrow? Mama. Mama's going to take you to Home Depot tomorrow. Oh, he's fired up now. Oh, yeah, it's fired up. Mama to Home Depot. Let's see. For how long has base running been a problem? I'll give you that. I think you have had issues consistently within this program with base running. Just my opinion on the matter. Patrick Kimmery Hughes needs to just swing at the first 3 pitches. Hi. 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 Robert Williams, Matt, life is hindsight. Not for me, brother. Live through the windshield, not the river. Moscona. But in this sport, it's Elmo. It's do you have sound reasoning for making the decision? Baseball is a game of it's the only. Hey, no. Use your words.
What is car?
Ride in the car. Robert, baseball is the only game that is predicated on failure. You're going to fail more than you succeed. So the question is, can you live with the failures, understanding that you had good logic, good reasoning for making the decision you did in a certain time? To strike him out, throw him out. I referenced earlier. The pitch before, Maneri called a pitch out. They didn't run. We had a sound reason, thinking the guy might go. And if you did, you get him out at second base, cool. You keep them on scoring position. Instead, you have to strike him out, throw him out on the next pitch.
Ow.
Pat Zafar, good morning. Yeah, AJ Holland said Hughes did have some good at-bats, driving up the pitch count. Absolutely did. Like, right now, Hughes' approach needs to be, and Terry talked about this on the Riot podcast on Tuesday. It's like, just literally stay on your back foot. Just keep your weight back. Like, get wide, keep your weight back. Liquid. And just dump pitches. I'm good with that. Go work a pitcher on an 8, 9, 10 pitch at bat. Even if you strike out. All right. Make him work. Make him sweat. Draw a walk like he did yesterday. But how much does that suck? In the 7th inning, Florida State walked Hughes. They walked the 170 hitter to lead off an inning, and LSU couldn't get him home. After Hughes, it was... No, the next inning is when they got him to double play. Watch Mommy's phone. They couldn't get Hughes home. Hi. Well, hey, listen. Tomorrow you will see Mama, and Mama will take you to Home Depot. Okay.
What a car.
And you can ride in the car. Biscuits and Scone from Dallas. There you go, Brian Stock. Robert Gremion, Sam Nacello, Todd Dupuy. We lost one game. You think we lost the series? Man, the negative talk this morning is crazy. It's how it goes after losses, man. I expect it. And it'll be funny if they win today, how different the conversation will be tomorrow. But I'm glad you got Marceau on the mound today. I am. Brian Ashcraft, I cannot wait to see a left-handed pitcher next year. Well, they got a couple on the rosters, both injured. Yancey Benoit, good morning, dude. Danny Brabham, good morning. Madison Davis. That guy won the at-bat with 11 pitches, whether he had a home run or not. Well,
Make it fast.
Look, I can't agree. Be fast. I can't agree with that he would have won it with 11 pitches over. Because if you got him out in that point, now you're talking 2 outs for Mendoza. All right, a few more. As always, brought to you by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, 5 locations in the greater Baton Rouge area. If you got bumps and bruises, aches and pains, Brock. They're the best. AJ Holland calling some Brock today to set me up an appointment. There you go, dude. I mean, I'm sorry to hear that, but, you know. Brent Guthrie, what's up, dude? Hey, Trisha Brown, good morning. Hunter Picard. Sorry if I missed, but any word on Henry? It's cool, man. No word. Just Paul said after the game that he asked him how he was feeling. He pointed his arm and said not good. So it's unlikely you're going to see Cole Henry again, provided LSU advances. Sam Nacello, my crystal ball says today will not be Mike Martin's last game, but it may be calls. He looks like he's giving up. Oh, come on, man. Corey Gautreau, good morning. Lawrence Robillard. We know what to do today. We've been doing it all season, coming back after losing the first game. I'm confident with our lineup, but our bullpen is a crapshoot. Troy Russo, good morning. Kenny Bergeron, good morning. Danny Landry, we win today by a large margin. The bats will show up. Bats need to show up, but again, you're facing an awesome pitcher today. I don't know that you're looking at a day where you're gonna see a 9-2 ball game. I love it because it would save your arms for tomorrow too. You could give Fontenot and Hess the day off, and come back tomorrow with Walker and some combination of everybody else that you have available. You could go Walker, Hilliard, Fontenot, Hess. And potentially, in a game 3 if you got there, if you needed it. But tough ask today, man, with Van Eyck. Nick Coombs, what's up, Nick? Brian Blackwell, I love how much you love your kid. Great job being a dad. Thanks, Brian. I mean, I appreciate you saying that, but realistically, man, that's what we should all do, man. I can't imagine not loving my kid. Eric Vaughn, Troy Fuselier, good morning. Craig Savoy, by the way, Martin gets his 40th, albeit at our expense. A consecutive run that no matter what colors you wear is another milestone in Hall of Fame career. Nothing but respect from this fan. Good point, Craig. Yeah, so if you missed it, Mike Martin got his 40th win yesterday. So it's 42 consecutive years that they've won at least 40 games, which is just absurd. 42, like, never once did you have the slip up. 42 consecutive seasons, Florida State's won at least 40 games. That is just absurd. It's absurd, man. Robert Anderson, I see you have the St. Joseph's Academy football shirt on. Yeah, man. I spoke at their dad's club meeting, and so they gave me that, and I like it, man. Undefeated in football since 1868. Hal Jubin, Jordan Mumphrey. All right, we are done, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Oh, Lawrence said, can anyone bunt? Why has Maneri been anti-bunt historically? I would say that he's anti-bunt. He certainly favors the hit and run. That's a big strategic play for Maneri that he prefers, which I do too. I hate giving up and out. I hate bunting. And I've talked about this enough, but for those who haven't heard it, bunting in Major League Baseball is at the lowest level in the history of the game. Like, literally, like, Baseball Reference tracks this stuff. The number of sacrifice bunts in the game is at the lowest level ever, and the reason is obvious. They have analytics now that show it doesn't work. I mean, you're in the age of having more objective data, which suggests even though you think this feels right to bunt, it feels like the right thing to do. More often than not, it's not. So, anyway, that's why. Okay, we're done. You want to say bye, Dad Show?
Bye, Dad Show.
Bye, Dad Show. What does this mean now? The Dad Show's over. What are we going to do? Huh? What are we doing? See, look, this was my setup this morning, y'all. I had 2 boxes and a candle with the phone leaning on it because Drew took my tripod and I have no idea where it is. All right, let's tell Drew bye. All right. Hey, say bye, Dad Show.
Bye, Dad Show.
Say, go Tigers. Go Tigers. Very good. All right, we'll see y'all later. Have a good day. And Drew blows you a kiss. Oh, bye, y'all.